Hi, my name is Etuk, and I want to welcome you to this class on how to create stunning dashboard designs for your data analytics projects, whether you're using Power BI or you're using Excel or any other platform. Interestingly, the tool we'll use in this class is called PowerPoint, which is something basic, and I know a lot of us have it already. So I'll simply share my screen and let us start building it immediately. Okay, so my screen is up. I know you can see my screen now. Let's start. So this is an example of what we're about to build, and we can compare this to what we built last week. Last week, we stopped at this point. We're able to build this particular dashboard about the US presidential election. In today's class, we want to give it a background effect. And with this template, you can create any other background that you want to use for something similar. So I'll come to PowerPoint, and then let's create a new PowerPoint page that we want to use. So the first thing you will do is to create a template that will hold everything. Interestingly, you can copy from the screen directly. You can do a screen grab of your work here on Power BI and then take it as a template to guide you in building it. So let me do that as an option. So I simply do a screen grab of this. Let's copy this. And then I take this to PowerPoint. We just delete all this. We don't need this. And also we don't need this. And we just control paste. So this is one option. But if you don't want to use this option, you can still go ahead with designing from the ground up. So we use this as a guide for our design. Okay. So what we can do, we can come to insert. We'll just put a shape that will hold everything for us. It's very simple to do and anybody can do it. So I want to use a rectangle with rounded corners to create the main background. So I just come here and I drag it this way. And we use this button to adjust the edges. Okay, this will be okay. If you don't want to use this method, you can manually, let's see. If you don't want to use this method, you can manually come here and just type the sizes. For the one I did before, I used 13 here and also used 7.22 here. So you can use let's say 7.2 here, and it will give you a wider shape. So you can either use the default one or you type in the dimensions directly. So let's use 7. And this seems to be okay. So now the next thing, we'll change the background color. So let's right click here. We can simply right click and I'll use format all through. I want to use a gray background all through for in this design. So solid fill, and then let's use this as our main background design. We don't need any outline. So come to the line and say no outline. So we have this as our design. Then the next thing, we'll bring the shapes that we'll use to hold the items. Behind this, we have this already. I know what this is like, so I'll just create a duplicate of this. So I have a copy here, and I remove this. I know what I want to work with. So we bring the items that we use for the shape. So first, let's bring in an oval shape. So hold on Shift and drag it to give you a circle. So this is okay for what we want. Sorry, before that, we want to do something. We don't want this to go all the way up. We want it to stop somewhere around here. Then we want to bring 2 other shapes. So we just come to insert and then come to shape icons. We want to use the one with the rounded edge. Okay, so we want to use this one with the rounded edge. So we can have this and then have this one to create this effect here. So we simply click on this, go to Home, go to Format Painter and click here. It will automatically update the shape for us. We can extend this. We want to put the right up there when we get to the dashboard. And we also bring another shape, insert again, and this time we bring, okay, so we bring this rounded corners, and we also draw another shape. We just let the height be the same thing with this one. Okay, height is the same, and we click on this, and we go to format shape, and we click on this. So we have this shape. Okay, and we can reduce this further. So what we want here is that we have the slicer. Here is where we have the, so you have the red lines that will guide you to make sure everything is aligned. Let's see, okay. Okay, so we have that as the guide. So we want the slicer to be here and the title of the design to be here. We can take this up a little so it has that blend effect, and we hold down the shift button and hold the three of them, and then what you do, just say group. So we have this as our first shape, and we send this to the back. So send this to send to back. Okay, now we can start our design. So we have the circle here. We just what we do with the circle, we bring in a rectangular, the rounded rectangle again, so we can have a blend of two shapes blend into one. Okay. Okay, so move it to where we can have this. So we hold the two of them, and we can click this first, just change the color. Change the colors of this, and change the color of this. Okay, so we have the two items. So click on the two of them, right click, and then say group them. So we have this shape here. Now what to do with the shape, we want to create a gradient effect. So click on it, go to format shape. Please, if you have questions, you can drop it in the description, in the comment section. I would answer the questions as we proceed. Also, if you're joining us for the first time, last week we did the first part of this video where we actually built the dashboard using Power BI. Today we're creating a background for that. So if you missed the previous lecture, I will advise you just look at it. Okay, so when we click format, we come to gradients. So go to gradient fill. This time we want to use, we're using linear, and we're using diagonal, which is this one. Okay, that's on 45% degrees. So we come to this selection. We just need 2 points to select. So we come to the first one, which is the dark color, and we select the second one. That's okay. Then we come to this one and we select white. That's okay. So this, it gives us this effect. Then we come to the effects options. We'll come to shadow. Now we want to set the shadow. So go to preset, and then let's select this other shadow. Good. And the color for the shadow, we can pick, let's pick this one. Okay, so it's not too dark. And the strength of the blur effect, let's change it to 15. And the distance, let's change it to 15 also. So it gives us this effect. Good. Now simply what we do, we can reduce this one a little. Okay, hope the effect is there. Yeah. Okay, so we hold on this, and then we just Control D, that is to create a duplicate. Then we, for the duplicates, we come to the colors, and then just let's use a solid color, a plain color. Let's give it let's give it this second color. Okay, and then the only thing we do, we come to the shadow effects. This time we change the shadow effect from this one, and then we use this as the shadow effect. So the shadow be up, but the color of the shadow, we change it to white. So you can change it to anything light. So that is where we have that effect. So we'll make it white. 60 is still okay. We just make the blur to be 10. And we'll make the distance to be 10 also. Okay. And then if we bring this exactly on top of, okay, we say this other one, just bring this one to front. So bring to front. So we place it directly on top of this. Okay, good. Now if we select the two, we can right click and then we say group. And we bring this one here. So we have our first design. You can simply Control D this, and then we'll have a second design. You can shift it a little from the edge. Let's see if we shift this one, the distance that will blend with that one. Okay. So we can click on this and then we just rotate it. So come to shape and we want to rotate it. Let's see, flip horizontal. Okay. So we just rotate it, flip horizontal. Let's see this distance. I was hoping that I will get, okay. This is what I'm looking for, but I need it to be around here so that I'll have space for the slicer to drop down. Okay, this one is not giving me that effect. Okay, so let's just bring a shape to guide us. This is not helping, so I can simply do this, and I can simply do this. Since what I need is not giving me what I need very fast, let's just use this as a plan B. Okay, then I delete this other one. Then the next thing, we can also bring a simple, just bring a rounded rectangle. And since we're, for the purpose of learning, I'll just run it again from the top. So we can have this, take this to up so we have more space. Okay, so yeah, increase this and then bring this to this point, and then bring this to this point. Reduce the edge. And yeah, we can click on this and simply format painter this for a start, but we'll just do everything again. So we come to gradient fill, and interestingly, the system can still recognize the former settings we did. Or the only thing we need to do is to add the shadow effects. So we give it this shadow, and we take the fourth one. Okay, and we make this on 15, and we make this on 15. So you can adjust these numbers with respect to what's the design you're trying to make. So Control D to create a copy of this. Control D to create a copy of this, and we just make the background color a solid color. Let's pick this color, a solid color, and we'll make the shadow to be this one, and the shadow color to be white, and we make this to be 10, and also we make this to be 10. Okay, and we simply click on this one and say bring this one to the front, bring to front, and we merge the two of them. And what do we do next? So we just select both of them, we right click, and we say group. So we have our background. This is the background for our design. Simple, straightforward. There are other things you can add. You can play with more backgrounds and you can do other things. But for us, this is okay. Just a sec. I'm still having the feeling that this is not okay. Is it? You can use it. It's okay. So this is what we have, and this is what we will use for our design. We will adjust this one. Let it blend with this line. Okay. So let it be the design is on that line, and this one is okay here. Okay, so the next thing, what do we do next? We have this, so we just delete this one. We delete this slide, and we have this as our main slide. So the next part, we want to take it to Power BI. But before taking it to Power BI, what we will do here is we'll save it as, so let me save it default first as YouTube class, 30th November. Let me save it as presentation 2. That's just to save the original copy. Then let me save it for what we'll use for Power BI. I will suggest that you save it as SVG, an SVG file. So come to the file type, and then let's pick SVG, that is scalar vector, scalable vector. Okay, and we can just call it background for now. Background, and then we say save. Okay. To say all slides, we can just adjust this one. So it is saved. That's the first part. Then now we go to our Power BI. Now in our Power BI, we simply come to click on the background. That's click on any empty space. Then come to the visuals, the format visuals, and then come to canvas background. So what we'll do, we just import the background. So where we have browse image, click on it, and that's it. So this is the background we just created, and then click on open. So what we'll do, we'll turn the transparency to 0. So we have our background. Now we just simply rearrange the items to fit into the background. Okay, so the map, click on the map, and then reduce the size of the map. Okay, we have the map there, and we can select this, hold down shift, select all these items, the votes, the percentage, and then we just drag them down. We'll arrange them later. Let's come to these ones first. We bring Donald Trump up to this point. It sits okay. The positioning is okay. Then we hold these two, and then we can bring it down here. We come to Kamala Harris, and we drag Kamala Harris up to this point. Okay, we can see it's not a perfect circle. You can edit that on your own later. Okay, and then we hold this and this, and then we just drag it up to this point. Now let's arrange them. So if we have Trump here, we can have Harris here. Okay, we simply just shift this a little. Then we bring this, okay, to be on the same point with this, and we shift it. Okay, so we have Trump, we have Harris. Also, we can then work on this one. We just reduce this to be smaller. Okay, then we reduce the size of those. Okay, okay, so we just move this down so that we can take a hold of this. Need to adjust this again. Okay, this is good. Then we hold these items because they have the same formatting. So we come to the format options, and we go to the size. We just reduce the size, let's say to 15. Okay, 17 will be okay. And still holding all of them, we just move them up to this point. This point is okay. And we just bring this one here. Then the next thing is the vote. We come to style, and then come to text, and just reduce the size to let's say 15. We'll bring them up here. Okay, so this one is okay here. And we bring this one close to this point. Okay, so we have these, and now we can return this one to the central position again. Center position. Then we take this one up here. Oh. We just adjust this to fit in here. So we'll come to the formatting, and then we say no header. And we come to general, we say no background. So we say no background. So it sits here perfectly well. Okay. Then we need something to just write the name. So we can take one of these, Control C, Control V, and then we'll say, we'll come to style, and then we change the right up to 2024 USA presidential election. Okay, and we increase the space for it to contain it, and we can increase it to 20. We can make it bold, and we just bring it to this point. Okay. So, in a very quick one, that is it. So, with this simple um, um, class, you can see how you can change it from a basic background to a stylish background, and the presentation it's better with this option. So we can have for Kamala Harris, we can have for Alabama, for Alaska. We can check the different locations, and we can check the votes, the winners in each of these locations. Okay, so that's it for today. A very quick class. Any question? If there's any question, you can drop it in the description section. Let's look at it quickly. But thank you very much for joining me in this class. Like we said, it was just simply how to create backgrounds for your design. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I will encourage you, just hit the subscribe button. And then if you have any challenge, you can also drop it in the comment section. I will work on it immediately. Also, if you did not watch the first part, how we got to this point where we built the dashboard, check the previous video, and I'll see you in the next class. Thank you very much, and have a good day.